Okay, we have a question from Gabrielle. That's a beautiful name. I've noticed you don't spend a lot of time dwelling on vertical versus horizontal exercise selection for pushing and pulling movements. Right, because I train here in the United States, and what I notice from most people who train in gyms or, college facilities, we don't need more pushing and pulling. We need more hinges and squats and loaded carries. I understand that exercise selection is often dependent on individual goals, but coming from a non-athlete perspective, thank you, I do want to have a mix of both patterns over time. How would you suggest I approach this? Part of me thinks I should pick one, do a 3-month program, I love this, then do the inverse for the next 3 months. Or if working out 3 times weekly, I would just alternate and each direction would be hit 3 times in a 2-week period. How should I program this? It's interesting, Gabrielle, because this question's come up before in the cast. In a situation like you say, a non-athlete, now, I got to be a little careful here. I think you're right. I think 3 months is a better approach than to what I'm about to say. But just kind of listen to what I'm going to say, and then we'll adapt it out. For example, here's a program I've given before, and I like it. So week 1, you would do bench press, a vertical pull. So that would be your pull-up, your lat pull-down machine, back squat, deadlift, and farmer walk. Week 2, military press. Week 1 was bench. Week 2 is military. So military press, week 2, military press, a row, whether bent over row or machine row, I don't think there's any problem. If you can, front squat. For your hinge, maybe something a little bit more ballistic like cleans or kettlebell swings, kettlebell snatches, Olympic bar snatches, and suitcase carries. So week 1, bench, the vertical pull, I'll just say lat pull downs. Bench press, lat pull down, back squat, deadlift, farmer walk. Week 2, overhead press, row, front squat, swing, suitcase carry. And you can certainly change those, the squat, the hinge, and the loaded carry to anything you like. I think, now, stepping back just a little bit, the problem with changing exercise selection sometimes is that you really don't get a chance to teach your nervous system what to do. So you could also do something like this. Now, I'm just going to give you a standard template that I give a lot of the time. Week 1, 3 sets of 5. Week 2, 5 sets of 3. Week 3, 5 sets of 5. And then week 4, 3 sets of 8. That 5 sets of 5 week is the hard week. 3 sets of 8 is a little bit lighter, a little bit easier. Maybe do a month of that with the exercises from that first week. That would be your bench, your lat pull down, your squat, your deadlift, your farmer walk. And then after you finish that week of 3 sets of 8, then do the overhead press, row, front squat, swing, suitcase carry month. When you mention 3 months, I think that would be a really good idea. And then my only issue with that is 3 months is a long time to stick with a program without, and it's hard. When I say something like that, in my experience, very few people can do 2 weeks of a program without changing and adapting. I can get myself to go 7 years without changing a program. That's my personal record, which is a long time, but it's hard. And you got to think things through, and you got to make some variations. It helps to compete when you do the same thing for 7 years, and it also helps to go on long vacations. Or go to the Middle East like I did and get a liver parasite, which I don't recommend. And just give yourself some variation somehow. Don't train on vacations, and maybe have take some time off, some logical fashion that works with your schedule. That's how I would do it. And I think that's the best way to do it. Now, I know a lot of people else online will say, well, you should bench press, lat pull, overhead press, and row and then squat and deadlift. But what happens is you don't really push the squat, deadlift, and farmer walks. You just become, what is that? I always joke about National Bench Press Day is Monday. Every Monday, everybody bench presses and curls. Every Wednesday, most people bench press and curl. Every Friday, most people bench press and curl. And then they're surprised when they have shoulder issues or whatever issues. I like to have a real balance between my push exercises, my pull exercises, and my squats. And the balance is simply this, that your reps times sets, so 5 by 5 would be 25. You should have 25 pushes, 25 pulls, and 25 squats in a workout. And if you're doing all that extra upper body work, then that means you have to double the squat numbers. And I don't know if too many people want to do 10 sets of 5 in the squat in a workout. That'd be a hard workout. So there's my ideas. I hope it helps. And if you do try it, let me know how it goes. Okay? Thank you.